Johnny Kendhammer podcast, episode 7. Is dating really broken in 2025? We'll discuss that today. Quick update, still in the suburbs of Brisbane. I get my new apartment next week on Tuesday. So I'm very excited to get down there, get some foot traffic, start getting into approaching again. Just got done talking to my manager at the cleaning business. Things are going very well. The new employee that we hired is working out much better than the previous ones. So I'll just plug this for you guys. Maybe if you guys are looking for a way to make recurring revenue, get out of your 9 to 5. The cleaning business has been very beneficial to me. I've been able to work remote for basically the last year because me and my partner were able to get the manager in place, the team in place. It is sort of stressful hiring people remotely, but because we have such a good manager and a good team already, core, we can hire somebody and just have them come in, get trained, and things are functioning very well. I don't want to expand this business personally because I don't want to still be in Wisconsin. If I was in a city that I really wanted to live in, maybe if I started one here in Brisbane, I would want to continue to grow and build it. But it is a very good option because with commercial cleaning clients, it is recurring revenue. These buildings always need to be cleaned as long as the business stays in business. So if you guys ever have any questions on how I started my business, maybe get some ideas on how you could start it, just let me know. You can message me in the school group. But it is definitely a viable option. Like there was a lot of upfront work, having to clean houses, having to clean these buildings ourselves to get it going. But once you get the upfront labor done, it took us about a year. Then we get this one big client, and now we maintain that. We have the crew in place. It's allowed me to at least live in Mexico for about 6 months. I'm still here in Brisbane, working on the coaching while still making revenue from the cleaning business. So definitely something to consider. Highly recommend that. Overall, the suburbs in Brisbane is good. I was going out trying to film a YouTube video earlier today. Very difficult. I realized just how much I've lost it just walking and talking and trying to remember where I was, what points I'm trying to make. I don't want to be scripted. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to read off a script and just like jump cuts and all that stuff. But I should have more of a framework. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I spent about 2 hours walking around, getting distracted by every person who would watch me. And then I'd hear a car. So if you're looking for a challenge, go out and film a YouTube video while you're walking and talking just to see how, just difficult it is, challenge it is. It's kind of fun, but it's more difficult than I realized. Like I was doing it every day for, I don't know, 90 days. And it was frustrating at times, but I just did it. So tomorrow I'm going to film early in the morning, get that going. Other than that, let's get into the topic at hand. Is dating really broken in 2025? The reason I wanted to talk about this was that I was doing some Reddit outreach, trying to just help people with their online dating profile. Maybe somebody's going through divorce. I can help them out. The topic for tomorrow's video, I saw a guy talking about he's been divorced now for a year and he still feels hopeless about it. So I was just going to give him some of my thoughts. Basically, that he is not in abundance. I feel like if you're going through a divorce and it's been a year, that probably means you haven't really even found anybody to, I don't know, I don't want to say replace the wife that you're with, but you're probably feeling alone, probably feeling like you're never going to find somebody. So my advice would be to really do what it takes to go out and meet new people, because I found that's what really helped me get started in my journey of self-mastery, becoming more attractive, learning to communicate, learning to flirt with women, which kind of brings me to this point. I came across this Reddit post from a guy. He says in the title, I'll share the link in the description. I have learned dating is really broken in 2025 and you should not be too hard on yourself. So he's saying he's learned that dating is broken for 2025. And the truth of the matter is dating is not broken in 2025. It is broken for you in 2025. He goes on to say he's learned in the last 12 months that dating, especially on the apps, are totally broken, which is good as it means you should never have to be too hard on yourself if you're not getting too many matches or your matches don't end up, or that your matches end up being weird. for men and women. I feel like dating has reached a point where there are few people who are happy unless you're one of the few lucky ones. So he's basically saying that dating apps don't work for him, so they are broken. And the matches that you do like are weird. I do agree that if you're not getting matches, don't be hard on yourself. Like that's not going to help you at all. But rather than saying dating is broken, like that's a very general statement applying that it's broken for everybody, which it's not. 80% of the women are sleeping with 20% of the men. This goes for in real life and this goes for dating apps. So it's not broken. It's just broken for him. For context, he's a pretty average guy. He's around 5'8", average build, not skinny or overweight. I have my life in order with a good job and a good social life. I was one of the lucky ones in 2023 where I met a girl through online dating and thought we would end up together forever. Sadly, that relationship ended, so I returned to dating due to my job and being mostly older ladies because he works with some teachers. So that's why he's on the dating apps. So he's already telling you basically his mindset. He's an average guy, which I was the average guy. I had a good job, good social life. I had enough friends, but that was average. Women don't want to be with an average guy. And girls on dating apps specifically have tons of options. They get hundreds of likes a day. So if you're just an average guy with an average profile, why is she going to choose you? She's just going to see you and say, yep, average. I've seen average all day on dating apps. So she's just going to swipe left on you. I have a feeling that's what's going on. If you're average and you're not getting results, you're going to feel like everything's broken. So rather than find a solution, you write a post and say it's completely broken. So, yeah, I don't agree with this at all. Just his mindset kind of makes me feel like it's a lot of that white knight, nice guy syndrome. He was lucky to find the one on a dating app, what he thought was the one, which to me kind of made it feel like he was able to get one date and then he locked that into a relationship. So it wasn't like he was choosing from abundance. He basically says here that he's lucky to get any dates and the ones that he gets are very weird. But he was a lucky guy who ended up getting one on a date in 2023, which was 2 years ago. So already you're kind of, to me, I'm already seeing this thing. He's wanting to stay average. He's, like I said, I was the average guy. I had the good job. I had the car, the house, good friends. I was social enough. Yes, I was overweight, but I was a good person. Like I was definitely average. But why, in the book Models, Mark Manson talks about if you're lined up with 10 guys, why would she choose you out of 9 other guys? Because this is what women have to go with. They have hundreds of options if they go to a bar. They have hundreds of options online. They have options if they go out and just walk around. So why are they going to choose you, the average guy, when she could choose a guy like, I don't know, a guy who dresses nice, has adventures, travels, has cool experiences, knows how to flirt and give girls a good time, has a cool social life, is a leader, is making things happen. Like, what is it about? Morning, guys. The camera died last night, so we'll have to start where we left off. I don't exactly remember where I left off. I just want to emphasize the point that dating is not broken in 2025. This guy's just having a bad experience. The things I'm going to go over next are all things that are within your control. So far, from what I'm reading from this guy, he's blaming his circumstances rather than trying to improve anything. So he says next, most people on dating apps are bored or burnt out and exhausted. Again, generalizing. Not everybody is like that. That's just his case. Trying to hold a conversation with someone and trying to encourage a date is like jumping through hoops. People give mostly nothing over text, and most chats fizzle out in a few messages. Hell, some people don't even message back. No hard feelings, but shows people just aren't feeling it. So this is something that I see consistently on Reddit. Guys saying that girls are not having conversations, they're not responding. And then you look at their initial messages and it's just them asking bland, boring questions. And the girl's not engaged in it. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't want to have these boring, friendly chit chats on a dating app. The whole point of a dating app is to get out on a date. So because girls are not having conversations with him, he's saying that people are burnt out and they don't want to be on the app. Girls don't want to have thousands of conversations. They're getting likes daily, hundreds of likes. If they had conversations with every guy, they'd literally be on the phone the entire day. So they're not burnt out. They just don't want to have these boring conversations. That's my opinion. Um, I made a few siren documents this week showing exactly how I went to get 7 phone numbers just this weekend from within 5 to 7 texts, like very short, not trying to have conversations with girls. I understand their circumstance. So just like I said, understand their circumstance. They don't want to be on the apps either. They want to be on dates. That's the point of the dating app. Not to try to get to know somebody, not to be their best friend and then go out on a date. And then, maybe it doesn't even, maybe there's no connection there. You just wasted your time. The next thing he says that the apps are broken. When he joined Bumble or Hinge, he got a few matches, then nothing. He feels like the apps are now just trying to squeeze as much money out of people as possible. Like, how can one picture get 4 matches in a day and then nothing for 6 weeks? It just makes no sense unless you look at the algorithm pushing profiles down. They're going to push good profiles. I don't know why he got 4 matches in one day and then nothing for 6 weeks. Maybe it was just a lucky day. Maybe he was just being seen that day or he boosted. Apps do want you to be on the apps. They do want you to pay. You can do this for free. I have not been paying for, I guess I did pay for 6 months of Tinder so I could see my likes, and I did pay for the Bumble Premium for a lifetime. But after that, I'm getting numbers on Hinge. I'm not using the paid services there. I just send my likes a day. I use the passive like feature when girls like my stuff. So it's not that apps just want your money, but they do want to promote good profiles. I don't know what this guy's profile looks like. Probably pretty average from what he's saying. Um, Grass is always greener. Ever been on a date? Everything is going well. And then you still end up being the dumped one. Like, I mean, he's going on one date and he's already assuming that they're dating. Most of the time it's that we didn't most of the time is that it did go well and that the person did not feel you. Most of they're either talking to other people or they think they can do better. It's sad as I feel like my difference or confrontation is now as I see excuses to the next person who may be better. So he's comparing himself to others. I get that. I do that a lot too. But like, you going on one date, you're not getting dumped. There's just no connection there. And if you're being the nice guy, the white knight, which is a lot of the tone of this thing, maybe she just doesn't find you masculine and attractive. So rather than complain about it, get better, not bitter. He tried speed dating. To be honest, not much better. Most people there were really not there with their best intentions. Again, judging, very generalized. He doesn't know people's intentions. The guys were mostly older, and a lot seemed to talk about sex and to talking ladies back and taking ladies back to the house. Which made him feel uncomfortable. So he's kind of uncomfortable talking about sex. That is usually a nice guy tendency. They don't want to express their intentions. They want to think that they're by not saying that they want sex, that they're more worthy of sex. I used to be like this. Like, I didn't want it. I thought, like, I'm a good guy. I don't want to just sleep with you, and that's what will make you want to sleep with me. Definitely not the way to go about it. Girls love sex just as much as you do. They don't want to be creepy about it, but you can talk about it. A lot of ladies seem to just want to talk to the most attractive two guys, and seemed to be a bit annoyed when they had to change tables. Um, yeah. So he's basing this off of just guys being attractive. Maybe he's just not giving good energy to girls. Maybe he's just being very agreeable and the nice guy. Maybe that's why he says that he's being dumped on dates right away. They seem going well. If you're a nice guy, you can have dates go well, but girls are just not going to be attracted to you. So they're not going to want to see you again. This could be the same with speed dating. I don't like speed dating. I think this is where all the guys who are not getting dates online or able to talk to girls in person, that's where they're going to go. It makes sense. Like, that's where single girls are going. So it gives them the best chance, but it's also going to be more competition. The quality of girls is probably not going to be the highest because the highest quality girls can get dates on dating apps and at bars or clubs or in person at the grocery store. So they're probably not going to be there. Yeah. So I would personally stay away from speed dating So what do you do? Honestly, do not blame yourself. The amount of people who are here who talk about not being good looking or being themselves is sad, or beating themselves up is sad. You know your value, do not try to push it down. What plans to do now is spend 2020 focusing on myself and making new memories and trying to let something naturally happen. Then let my self esteem get punished. So he's saying, don't punish yourself, which is true. Don't get bitter, get better. But he says he's going to just focus on himself and just see what happens naturally. This is a mindset I see consistently. I'll just go to the bars every weekend. I'll go drink and then I'll just meet her. We'll just see what happens instead of being proactive about it. This whole article, I'll, like I said, I'll post that. This whole thing was very much just very general, making his thoughts like he rather than doing anything productive about this, figuring out what he could do to get his profile better, how he could send better messages to make the girls engaging, how he could maybe give girls a better interaction on the date so they want to see them. It's all very much just defeated. He's saying, don't beat yourself up. Obviously, don't do that. That's not going to help you in any way. But there is solutions. There is ways to do it. Dating is not broken in 2025. Dating is broken for certain people in 2025. 80% of the women are going to sleep with 20% of the men. This applies for dating apps. This applies for in person. If you go to a bar or club, they want to be with attractive men. And typically most men are not attractive. Rather than getting their profile fixed up or learning these things, they complain on the internet and generalize it. And then other people respond saying they have the exact same difficulties. So instead of being out there at the gym or being at a bar just practicing social skills, they're on Reddit commenting and getting nowhere. So don't let this be you. I know that it is possible to have a successful dating life. It is possible to transform. You've seen my journey, you've seen the weight loss I've done, you've seen where I've come from since Wisconsin. I used to be this nice guy. I used to think that I had to be very agreeable. I couldn't talk about sex. I had to um just do what people wanted so that they would like me. I had to go drink to be more fun and social. I had to go do things that I didn't want to do. Oh, sure, I'll go to the craft store with you, or I'll help you move, or whatever I like, because I was the nice guy. I thought that was how I would get validation. I thought that's how I would get people to like me. I thought that's how I would be a good husband or a good boyfriend. And it's not an attractive quality. It shows you can't stand up for yourself. So if this guy ever watches this, I hope he sees this and just realizes that this stuff's not broken. You can fix it. That's the whole message of the channel is you can fix it. You can become better. These are things that are in your control. You could go and learn to get a more attractive profile so you get more likes. I was with George last night and I showed him this article and he just kind of laughed because at the time he's on Tinder getting a boost going and he's getting likes and sending messages. He had a great time in Bali and PNG. So he's having a blast with his new success on Tinder. He's also, I mean, we both are being very proactive with our dating lives because I was doing an approach a day in Whole Foods in Minneapolis. I met Isabella and we had a great relationship for a few months until I kind of messed things up and moved and she was on her journey too. So we don't know what'll happen, but because I was proactive, because I was taking steps to improve my dating life rather than just saying it doesn't work. Like how many approaches has this guy done this year? How many photo shoots has he done? How many videos on texting has he looked at? It's not, maybe he hasn't done anything. It's just average. He just goes and does his average life, comes home and from work and then watches TV or plays his video games or comments on Reddit. And I don't know. It seems like he's not being as proactive with this as he can. This stuff is definitely possible. I'm proof of it. I know plenty of other guys who are proof of it. But I also spend my time focused on how I can improve myself rather than just say why something is broken. It's not broken. It works for somebody else. So there's solutions. I will leave that there. Yeah, camera died last night while I was filming. I guess that's why I don't typically film podcasts. Maybe um next time we'll make sure the camera's charged. I don't know. Let me know how you guys like this version of it over just the audio version. Yeah, today I'm gonna go film another YouTube video about the one guy who is still struggling to get over divorce a year later. Again, this is something that's not proactive. You're just waiting for somebody to come save you. This guy's waiting for someone to come save him. Hey, I'm just waiting for the day that my profile is good or that one girl is just going to like me for who I am. She's going to like me that I'm still the nice guy, that I don't do things for myself. I'm still just average. I'm not trying to be great. So yeah, that guy, he's been stuck for a year. It sucks. That pain is deep, but a year is a long time to just sit around and hope that your ex comes back. Like that's not a solution. That's just coping. You're not going to get anywhere with that. So I'll make that video. I'll post this first. Get this up and loaded. What else do I have going on? Yeah, next week I move into the apartment with George. That's gonna be awesome. Gonna be nice to be down in the action, get some social skills built up. I'll show you how I'm going about building my life. I'll probably make a video of how to change your dating life in 2026 because I'm taking proactive steps to do it. Not everybody's gonna do this. Maybe by me doing this, I can give you some shortcuts that'll help you out. But I'm being proactive in this. I want to fix this part of my life. I want to date beautiful women that are going to be a good fit for me. I don't want to just settle with some girl that I meet at a bar because I don't have scarcity and I'd rather just be average. So I will keep you guys posted on that. Um, I'm gonna I think I'll make a video about this other guy I saw who's sending messages about he's saying girls are not having conversations, and then he's being butthurt about it, like it's their fault when his first message is talking about how her weekend was and how he was sick. So, kind of interesting. Hopefully, you guys don't have these mindsets. If you do have these mindsets, let me know. It can be fixed. Dating's not broken. You just need to take better steps. Yeah, I posted 5 new siren documents on the school group. Been able to get girls out on I got their numbers. I haven't got them on dates yet because I'm not in the city, but been able to lead the interaction to a number, which is the whole point of a dating app, within 5 to 7 texts. I'm not trying to have conversations with these girls. They're busy. I'm busy. They don't want to have endless chit chats and then it leads to nowhere, or they meet up with the guy and then the vibe's not there, and you can just tell that he's just agreeing with everything. I've had this lately, actually, a couple times. Girls will tell me they don't want to tell me what they like to do because they think I will change my answer based on that, which is kind of the vibe I got from this guy. Like he would be the kind of guy that would say he loves hiking if he doesn't love hiking, just to get this girl to like him so that he can secure a second date. You don't want to be that guy. You want to have your own opinions. Girls actually like when you have your own opinions and boundaries. It shows that you're trustworthy and they can feel secure with you. So, let me know what you guys want to see. I kind of realized after this, maybe I do need to do more videos of things like how I did go about not being that nice guy, not being so needy, how I do go about texting. So keep an eye out on that stuff. Getting back into the grind. Feeling better. Yeah, so that's Johnny Kendhammer podcast, episode 7. We'll see you next time.